How I clean this mask. Now, when I first got my sleep apnea machine, or an auto CPAP machine called the Dream Station from Philips Respironics, I had a canister of wet naps to use to clean out inside and the silicone around the sides of the mask. But that ran out after about a year of use, because you're supposed to use it daily. And I found that using vinegar was a great substitute for that. And I do it about once a week, and it's pretty easy to do. Just wanted to demonstrate to you what I do. So I've got my white vinegar. Please don't use apple cider vinegar. I don't know if it's going to be a good idea or not, so I can't recommend it. And I just take some of that, and you have to notice that on the mask, this part here, those are actually holes, so you want to avoid pouring into that area there. So I take, I don't know, I guess it's a couple of tablespoons worth, and pour it into there. And then make sure your finger's clean, alright? And I'm just going to go ahead and use my finger as a cleaning device. I guess you could get a soft, like an ear swab or something like that if you wanted to. But I do it this way. There is actually a divider that's inside here on the side here, so you have to get between the divider and the silicone itself pretty well, and you're going to lose some vinegar, but that's okay. And then over here there are some ribs over here that provide support for the structure, and you have to get between those ribs because that's a build-up spot. So I'm working on that right now. I don't know if you can see that or not, those three ribs right there. But I'm getting between those ribs. It's a little bit awkward. You might want to use a smaller finger. But yeah, so then I get over here in the face part, and then I start to rotate it. And you got to be careful not to let all the vinegar go out through this hole here. And then do the same thing on the other side. Getting in front of that divider. And getting between the ribs, and then where the holes are, and getting the silicone. And then you want to make sure your fingers are nice and wet with the vinegar, and use the vinegar on the outside to get any buildup of snot, saliva, facial oils and stuff off of this. And that should do a pretty good job of, if you've done it thoroughly, of cleaning it up. And it doesn't smell good, so I usually rinse it off right away, because I don't want to breathe vinegar vapors. It's not very pleasant. Back up. Yeah, so that's basically all I do to keep my mask clean, and it's very effective. I haven't had any problems. Now, the only downside of that, I'm not really sure what the lifespan of silicone is, but I did notice when I was doing this with my previous mask that after a couple of years, that this became whiter and whiter and whiter.